In this tutorial, I'll show you how to design a complete online store with a beautiful shop page, with a beautiful cart page, checkout page, and even a thank you page, header, footer, and everything else that an online store needs, such as payment, gateways, and a lot more. Hi, my name is Karthik. I am a web developer and the founder of wpalgorithm.com. Now, every website needs three things. One is domain, which is basically the address of your website. Apple.com, Google.com are basically domains. We'll pick one for your website. Second thing is hosting. Hosting is where your website sits. And the third thing is the platform on which we're going to build our website. Well, the platform is going to be WordPress and WooCommerce, and I'll guide you through the tutorial. There are timestamps in the description so you can navigate to any section you want or rewatch a section in case you didn't understand anything. And with that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into the tutorial. Click on the first link in the description and that'll take you to this website called Namecheap. This is where you'll get your domain. Just type the domain that you want to get. Make sure it's not a copyright or a trademark. Search for whatever website that you're looking for. Just type the keyword and click on search. That'll basically search and see if the domain is available with .com extension, and if you scroll down it will show you other extensions that you can purchase along with the .com extension, such as .shop, .art. Depending on the type of website, you can also pick up these extensions. Once you have the extension that you like, you can just click on add to cart button like so. And if you want other extensions, you can click on add to cart to those extensions. Make sure you're not selecting any of the options that pop up once you click on add to cart, right? Don't select any of these. These are not really required. Just select the domain itself and click on add to cart. So once you pick the domains, on the bottom, there's something called checkout. Click on that and make sure that domain registration at least 2 years is selected. You can select it for 1 year. Make sure auto renew is turned on for each of the extensions. Make sure that domain privacy is also selected. And again, auto renew should also be turned on for this domain. Now you can remove other extensions if you don't like them. If you just want .com version of the domain, that's totally fine. So once you have that, click on confirm order. Well, put in your name, email address, credit card information, and buy the domain. And once you buy the domain, it'll be available in your domain list. Go to Namecheap, and if you click on account and click on domain list, it'll show you all the domains that you bought. If you want another domain, again the same thing. Go to Namecheap, search for the domain you want, and just buy any extension. It can be .com, .org, it doesn't matter. Keep this tab open and move on to step 2. Moving on to step 2, click on the second link in the description that you find, and that will take you to this website. And when you click on it and sign up with the link in the description on this website called DigitalOcean, this is where we create our website and the platform that it needs. You'll get $100 credit if you use the link in the description. So sign up with the link in the description and that will take you to this. Sign up, provide all the details and sign in. And once you do, click on create new project. Click on plus new project. Give it a name. Since this website is karthikrajnala.com, I'll just give it that name. You can give it any name. Select purpose. You can select web application, website or blog. I'll just select website or blog. Click on create project. Project is just like a folder to organize things in DigitalOcean. You can click on skip for now. So it'll give you this big blue button to create a droplet. This is where essentially we are creating a website and the platform that it needs. So click on get started with Droplet. You can also click on create green button and choose Droplet. Select a region. Now based on where you expect your visitors, pick the region, right? If you think you'll be getting most of your visitors or customers from United States, pick one from here. If you think you're getting most of your customers from Asia, pick Singapore maybe or Bangalore. It doesn't matter. Just pick any of these. And once you pick that, you can also pick data center. Again, pick any of them that you want. Scroll down under choose an image, click on marketplace and type WordPress. Once you type that, you get something called WordPress, which is the first result. Now choose Open Lightspeed WordPress, click on it to select it. Make sure this is highlighted in blue color. Scroll all the way down and under choose droplet size, click on the $7 per month. It's 25 gigs of storage, 1 gig of RAM, 1000 GB transfer, which is good when you're starting out. You can scale these and change these as your website grows. The same thing with storage. You can add more storage as your website grows. Now there are two authentication methods. If you click on password, well, it's a straight password, but this is a less secure way of doing it. We'll do it with SSH key. You can click on new SSH key. And how do you generate SSH key? Well, if you're running Mac OS, it's simple. You open the terminal app and paste this command. Just click this command, which is ssh-keygen. So once you copy that, go to the terminal on your Mac and type command V, or just paste the thing and hit enter. So that will ask you to say or enter a file name. Just hit enter again. Since I already had it, it's asking me if I want to overwrite it, but for you, it will just generate it. And if it asks for anything else, just hit enter and it will generate the public private key pair. But for now, since I already have the key, I'll just type N. For you, it will show you once the keys are successfully generated. So once the key is successfully generated, you need to type this command. Again, this whole thing will be linked down below, right? It's pb copy and this whole thing. Once you enter that, hit enter. Essentially, this command will copy the content of your public key in your clipboard. So you can close macOS app and paste that in here and give it a name and click on SSH key. Since I already have SSH keys, I'll just pick one of these keys and continue. And for droplet, I'll call it Karthik-Rajnala website. You can change it anything you want. Again, these two things can click on enable monitoring. I also highly recommend to enable backups. So this will help you restore your website to any previous version if something goes wrong. But it's going to cost you a bit more depending on the base droplet configuration. So this is something up to you, but I highly recommend this as well. Scroll all the way down and click on project. Make sure it's under the right project. You can select any of the projects you want. Since I have multiple, I'll select the Karthik Rajnala project, and also make sure that the key or at least one of the SSH keys is selected. I think you can also select multiple keys. Again, let's cross check the things. The first thing is your data center. The second thing is Open Lightspeed WordPress. Third thing is your configuration. Fourth thing is your SSH key. Fifth thing is your monitoring. This is totally optional. You can give it any name you want and make sure it's under the project that you really want, and just click on create droplet. That will create the droplet. Droplet is basically the server and the website itself. All right. So I'll wait for this to complete and I'll start or resume this tutorial once it's completed. So once step 2 is completed, it's time to move on to step 3. Go to your domain, right? Under your account, make sure you're under domains list. Scroll all the way down and click on manage under the domain that you recently purchased. Scroll all the way down. There's something called name servers. Click on that and click on custom DNS. Now we need to add 3 things in here. You need to paste it, right? Again, all these will be linked down in the description. So the first one is ns1.digitalocean.com. The second one is ns2.digitalocean.com. The third one, as you might have guessed it, it's ns3.digitalocean.com. Now, why are we doing this? We're basically giving DigitalOcean the control of our domain. And once you do that, it might take a while. It usually takes not more than 6 hours or so, but it gets completed really quickly. But wait for it, right? Wait for the name service to be updated. It might take a while. So once you're done with step 3, step 4 is to link our domain and our DigitalOcean website, right? We have our droplet. Click on the ellipsis button. Click on add a domain. Just enter the domain. The domain that I want to add to this website or to this droplet is karthikrajnala.com. Basically, whichever domain that you have purchased on Namecheap, just enter that along with its accurate extension. Just click on domain, add domain, and now you should see all these values. So once you see these values, we need to add one more value. This value points to kartikrajnala.com. We also want our www version or www.ourwebsite.extension to point to the same droplet. So under hostname, just type www, right? You can see down it indicates the kind of website address. Click on this and select the droplet that you've created for this website. Just choose the droplet that we have just created, which is Kartik Rajnala website. TTL you can leave at the default and click on create record. And that will basically point this, that will add this value in this table. Move on to the next step, which is again, go back to your project where this website is. Now it's time to finish our installation of the platform. Click on this ellipsis button and click on Access Console. Click on Launch Droplet Console. So that will open up this. Well, this is all happening automatically since we have created SSH key. It's authenticating with that SSH key and letting us into the website. Let's type the domain name .com. Now just type in your domain name and hit enter. So it's asking me to confirm if that's the correct domain. Make sure you enter the right domain, type Y and hit enter. So it'll check for the domain if it's properly added. You can see that domain has been added to Open Let's Bit Listener, and just type Y. We want SSL certificate so that our website has a secure traffic. So just type Y and hit enter again. It's asking me to enter my email. Just put in your email. This is really important. Make sure you type your email really properly and hit enter. Now, if you don't see this, which is kartikrajnala.com is accessible and www version of your version is accessible, it means that you need to wait for some time and resume this process. So you can abort this and come back again and follow from the first step. But if you see this, that means your website is good to. So it's asking me to confirm if the website email is correct. I'll just type Y, hit enter, and it asks me if I want to redirect forcefully to HTTPS. Yes, we should be doing that. Just type Y and hit enter again. Now it's asking me if you want to update the system. Just type Y and hit enter again. So that should finish everything else on your website. So once this whole website rebooting is completed, the server rebooting, you're good to go, and just type in the name of your domain in the address bar. So that will prompt you to something like this. You should see something like this. So just type in the domain and extension. www is not required. Just put in the domain and extension. You'll see something like this. We want now pick the language of installation. We'll choose English United States. I'll just click on continue. Now you can give your site a title, username, and make sure this is not admin. Make sure it's something like this. Make sure the username is something like this. Never use any username such as admin. Also, this username and password is how you will log into your WordPress website. So let's start with the site title. Pretty straightforward. And username, I'll just type Kartik Rajnala. I'll make it simple for this tutorial, but make sure you pick a very big username. Make sure you copy and paste username and password in a notepad. Kartik_Rajnala, it doesn't matter. Password, let's pick a password. Now I'll type my password. I'll click on hide and type my password. Also put in your email. Now this is really important. Put the actual email where you can get emails about your website, and also this is the email that will be used if you want to reset your password. So put in your exact email, and you can check this box temporarily. It doesn't matter. And now there's something called install WordPress. So this is the username Kartik_Rajnala, and this is the password, right? Just pick your strong password and make sure you store these somewhere really secure. Click on install WordPress. I'll click on save password for this website. I'll just click on login, and just like that, you'll be taken to your website. Now your website is live. I'll use Safari autofill to put in the login ID and password, and just like that, we have our website up and running. Now it's a pretty blank website. Now you can turn this website into anything you want. It can be a store, it can be a review site, you can build anything on top of it. And if you don't know how to log into your website, it's your website /wp-admin, right? Just type this, and when you type this, it'll ask you for login, username and password. That is what you chose while creating the WordPress installation, right? It's something like Karthik-Rajnala and your password, right? So those details you put in there, and that'll log you into your WordPress dashboard. And this is how you change basically everything and add new content to your WordPress website. This is called the WordPress dashboard. Now we have a website, we need to make few changes. So I'll go to settings. On the left hand side, there's something called settings. Click on that. You can change this either to the normal version, or you can change it to www. You can add before w your website extension. You can either do this or leave it at the default. Now, what difference does it really make? If you click on the address bar, you can see my website address is karthikrajnala.com. It doesn't have www. If you want that there, just put www here and also here. And once you put that, scroll all the way down and click on save changes. Once you do that, you'll be logged out of your website. You can again log in with your credentials, but I prefer having a shorter URL, so I'll just leave it like this. And you can change the admin email address. You can put in a different address. Membership, you can leave it at the default for now. And date format, you can pick any format you want, but I am happy with the default date and time. Once you think you made all the necessary changes, you can click on save changes. I'll click on discussion. I'll uncheck most of these comments for now. These are the things that will consume resources on our website. So I'll uncheck all the options in here, but you can enable them at any time. You can come back to the settings and enable them. Click on save changes. Now, this is the WordPress dashboard. I'll just click on plugins. Basically, WordPress has two important components. The first one is called themes. If you go to appearance and click on themes, that is called theme. So theme is basically the look and feel of your website, and plugin is the function of your website. And with our DigitalOcean installation, there are a ton of plugins installed, and we can remove most of them. Instead of deleting them individually, I can check these boxes like so. Don't remove this. Lightspeed cache is really important. That will make sure that our website runs blazing fast. Click on bulk actions once you check everything except the Lightspeed cache. Click on delete, and you can also click on deactivate first, click on apply, and then do the same thing and click on delete. Make sure you're not checking Lightspeed cache and everything else is checked. Click on delete. It'll ask me if I want to delete them. Just click on OK. So we basically removed everything else that we really don't need, but we need to install few important plugins that will make sure our website runs properly. So the first plugin is called WordFence Security. That will make sure that our website is free of spam. Just type WordFence in the keyword field and it will give you this. Click on install now, click on activate, and that will activate this plugin. This is a really important plugin. Before you do anything on your website, this is the first thing you have to do. Again, put in your email. You can check this box and click on continue. Click on no thanks, and that will activate the plugin. Now hover over this dashboard entry, click on WordFence. Click on next. It will give you a step-by-step tour of things. Click on firewall, and at the top it's asking us to configure something. So I'll just click on configure. Use the recommended method. click on download htaccess, click on allow. That will download the file first and click on continue. Just close this. So that will be, again click on that, download these two files and click on continue. And that should configure everything else. Now you need to click on brute force protection. Change this to 3, change this to 3. Well, if users are trying to log into your website with invalid usernames, this will basically prevent that, and leave these at the default, and also check this box. And everything else you can leave at the default and click on save changes. You can click on login security and activate two-factor authentication for your WordPress website, but I'm not going to do it. But if you want it, you can do it. You can also choose to auto update this plugin. It's really important just to make sure that it protects your website in real time. And the second plugin is called a backup plugin. You need backup. Of course, if you have enabled the Droplet level backup, that is fine. On top of it, click on plugins on the left hand side, click on add new and search for UpdraftPlus. So it's this plugin with 3 million installs. Just click on install and click on activate. This is really important to configure a backup plugin. So once the plugin is installed, it will take you to the plugin screen. Again, you can go to settings and click on UpdraftPlus backups. That will take you to the UpdraftPlus thing. Now you can click on settings first. You can choose the level of backup, right? And you can leave this at the default. Scroll all the way down. Pick Google Drive. And you need to authenticate, and you can leave everything at the default. You can also check this box, click on save changes. Now it will ask you to authenticate with your Google account. Just click on sign in with Google. Just pick your account, give it the access, click on allow, and just click on complete setup. And just like that, you've set up your Google Drive configuration with UpdraftPlus. Now why did we do that? So every time this plugin takes a backup of everything on your website, all those backups will be sent to your Google Drive. You can click on backup now and you can check the boxes, everything except this. Click on backup now and that will take a basic backup of your website, which will be available on your Google Drive storage. You can see the backup is already done. And you can see that it's indicated with this Google Drive icon. That means this backup is actually sent to Google Drive, right? And you can also see what are exactly backed up on your website. So that is a base configuration on your website. Once you have a fresh install, this is must for any kind of website. Also in your WordPress dashboard, click on Lightspeed Cache and click on General Settings. And there'll be a button called request a domain key. Just click on that and click on save changes. And once you click on request domain key, the domain key will be provided. Now the next step is to click on the third link in the description and that will take you to this page. Now this is the software that will enable us to design our WooCommerce store. So you can see there are different kinds of plans. Click on buy now on any of these plans and they also have a plan for 3 websites basically. So pick any of the plan, click on buy now and just check out with all the different things. So you can fill in your name, email address and just put in all the data and continue. So once you have the plugin, go to my.elementor.com and click on this download button to download the Elementor Pro plugin. Go to your WordPress dashboard, log in again if you have logged out, click on appearance and click on add new under themes. Now under popular category, you should see Hello Elementor. If you don't see it, just search for it. Type that, click on install and click on activate. Once the theme is active, you can delete all of the themes. Just click on this theme, click on delete, click OK. And repeat the process for all other themes. Click delete, click OK. Just don't delete the Hello theme, which is the active theme. Click delete on this. I'll click this, click delete on this. Click OK. So we just have one theme and that's all which is required. So it gives you a button to activate Elementor, but I'll just remove all the pop-ups. Click on plugins, click on add new and search for Elementor. And it's basically this Elementor website builder. Click on install, click on activate. Since you may already have an account when you bought the plugin, just click on connect account and sign in with your credentials. Just connect your website. You can uncheck this box and click on connect. Once you activate Elementor, you can give it a name, or you can simply skip this. Just click this X button. Now click on plugins again, click on add new and click on upload plugin. Click on choose file. Now go to download, click on the Elementor Pro file that you have downloaded and click on upload. Now click on install now and that will install Elementor Pro. Click on activate plugin, and if you go to Elementor and click on license, you should see that the license is active. You can see I don't have active license. I can simply click on connect and activate. Again, it will ask you to connect this website. You can uncheck this box, log in with your account if you are not logged in. If you're already logged in, it will just show you this dialog box. Click on activate, and just like that, it will activate Elementor Pro for you. Alright, that's it. You can also check license status or go to your account by clicking these buttons. But again, this license is active and now we are good to go with our e-commerce website. To continue, install our e-commerce store. Hover over plugins, click on it, click on add new, and this is the software that will essentially convert our website into an online store. Just type WooCommerce, or you can also find it under popular plugins. If you click on popular, it's basically this plugin. So just click on install now and click on activate. So once you activate WooCommerce plugin, it'll ask you to fill some information. You can click on skip store details and fill them later, but we'll just do it right away. So country, I'm actually from India, so I'll just pick that. You can pick United States, basically whichever country that your online store is based off, right? Address, just put in address. So once you fill in all the details, you can check this box or just click on continue. You can click on no thanks, and that will take you to the next step. So you can pick the industry. It's basically none of these. So I can simply pick other, and I can say just enter a random description of your store. I'll just click on continue. And here you have to pick which kinds of products you want to sell on your online store. Check this box and check downloads. Now you can also check these boxes or configure them at a later stage. Essentially, you can also sell subscriptions on your website for access to your website, memberships. These are better if you have courses or something like that, so that users can just pay subscription per month. And as you can see, these are not free. You'll be charged based on the things that you pick. Anyway, we'll just check the first two boxes. Click on continue. Maybe 1 to 10. No. These are some general options. So just now you can uncheck this box. You can also click on this arrow to see what it adds. But anyway, we can add them at a later part using WordPress. So that's the beauty of WordPress. So just click on continue after unchecking the box. You can click on continue with my active theme. And that is the first stage of configuring WooCommerce. As you can see, it still tells us that we need to configure products. We need to set up payments. We need to set up tax rates and all that kind of stuff, which we'll be doing in the next section. Okay, so once you install WooCommerce and give a basic configuration, click on home. If you're not, click on settings and let's configure a few important things. Well, most of the details are filled from the setup wizard. If they haven't, you can simply enter them here. So click on settings and under general, put in your address, city, your country, postal code, and here you can pick if you want to sell to all countries, or you can exclude few countries, or you can sell to specific countries. But since this is an online store, you can just keep it as sell to all countries depending on your business type. Also the same thing with shipping. You can ship to all countries. You can ship to all countries you sell to, or something like that. And customer location, well, shop, country, or region. You can pick how to locate a customer, or you can choose to geolocate a customer and all that kind of stuff. Check this box to enable tax rates and calculations. Also check this to enable coupons. And I recommend leave this unchecked because one coupon, this will essentially allow customers to enter multiple coupons, which we don't really want. You can check this if you want to. And you can pick the currency of the store. I'm just picking United States dollars for this demo, but based on where your shop is located, you can pick the currency, local currency of the store. You can position the currency. By default, left is better. And I think I'll leave everything else at the default and click on Save Changes. So that is the general settings. Click on the Products tab. We'll leave the shop page as shop. You can redirect once an item is added to cart. You can check this or leave it as is. Check this Ajax, right? So products are added to the cart dynamically and user is not taken to a new page. You can also set a placeholder image. You can set weight in kilograms, pounds, or whatever you want. Also the same thing with dimensions. You can pick any of the dimensions available here. You can also enable users to leave reviews on your site. You can pick reviews can only be left by verified owners and all that stuff. Click on Save Changes. Okay, so once you're done with the General tab, click on Inventory. This is where you can manage the stock. Unlike digital products, your actual products need stock management because you don't have unlimited supply of normal physical products, right? So you can enable this. You can hold the stock when it's added to cart for a particular amount of time, or you can simply leave it to disable it. But I'll keep it at 60 minutes because we want to give users time to maybe retry the payment or something like that. Click on Notifications. You can enable low stock notifications and out of stock notifications, and leave the email as your default admin address, or if you have a different shop manager, you can enter his email in here. And when you're running low on stock, you can also set that number when you consider a low stock. Out of stock is obviously 0. You can hide out of stock items from the catalog, such as the shop. And in the stock display format, you can only show when it's running low, which is a better user experience, but you can always show quantity in stock. Totally depends on how you want to display that to users. And once you make all the changes, click on Save Changes. Now click on Downloadable Products because we have downloadable products on our website. You can leave the file download method as force download. I'll not check this box. I wouldn't recommend it because we don't want users to redirect them to an insecure link that will trigger some browsers. You can check this box if you want downloads to be allowed only when the user is logged in. And you can also check this box. You can give access to users to download once the payment is processed. And I'll leave this box unchecked. It will basically open the download file instead of downloading it, but I'll just uncheck this box. Leave this box checked. Click on Save Changes. And approved download directories, you can leave them as is, and you can click on Advanced and you can leave them at the default as well. So that is the general settings for Products tab. Let's move on to the next section, which is the Tax section. So click on the Tax tab. So once you're in the tab, you'll have some tax general options. You can choose to include prices of the tax, right? You can calculate price for typical tax, and maybe if the tax is like 2% or something, you can include that and then actually enter that price into the price tab. You can calculate tax based on customer shipping address, billing address, when they're filling out, when they check out on your store. You can choose shop base address because you're answerable to the country that you're selling the products from. So I would choose this, but again, it depends on the type of business, but usually this is a good pick. Shipping tax can be calculated based on cart items, right? Depending on the different things. You can also round tax, right? And these are the different rates. You can add a new rate like so, So you can call it new rate. And I want to display items prices including tax, and you can show tax items individually or as a single total. Click on save changes. Now, since I included a new rate, you can see there is a new section. If I remove that, this new rate will be gone. You can simply call it new and it's called new rates, right? Click on standard rates. Click on insert row. Now, if you know how much to collect the tax, you can enter that. You can click on country code and that will take you to the country code for each of the countries in the world. You can do some research and enter tax for that particular country. You can Google them or just do your online research. There are also plugins for this, but we'll discuss that later. To keep this tutorial simple, I'll just enter a standard tax rate of 10% and click on save changes. So our standard tax rate is 10%. Alright, now new rate, it might be, I'll click on insert rate and this might be 15%, something like that. Click on save changes. Reduced rate, we want minimum amount of tax, so I'll put 5 here and click on save changes. Zero rate, as the name suggests, well, yeah, just click on insert row and as the name suggests it should be 0, so I'll just click on save. So I think that should do for tax rates, and we'll configure shipping and payments later down the lane, but we'll click on accounts and privacy. You can allow customers to place orders with an account, without an account. You can allow them to log into their account when they're checking out. You can also allow them to create account, all that stuff. You can also remove data on request. You can click on this privacy page link and that will basically take you to this page. Click on use this page. Now if you go to your pages, there's a simple privacy policy page. You can edit and copy all the relevant privacy policy that you're using on your website. By default, it has some of the data filled in. I'll hit publish and this page will be active. I'll go back and we'll be back to WooCommerce. Click on WooCommerce and click on settings. Back to account and privacy. I'll check these options. And you can retain inactive accounts for any number of months, years. You can specify that, or you can leave them blank and click on save changes. Okay. Once you're done with accounts and privacy, click on the emails tab. That will take you to this. And here you can configure emails that are sent based on the thing that is done on your website. So when a new order is placed, you can click on manage and customize the email. You can see the recipients are basically this, and you can hover over this question mark and see who gets the email when a new order is placed. And you can also hover over this question mark to see various dynamic options available. Site underscore title. That will basically fill in the site title that you have entered in the settings. You can also customize that at any order. Similarly, if you put within flower braces, if you put order underscore date, that will dynamically fill in when the order was placed. And by default, you can see the gray option. So this is what will be sent if you don't customize it, but you can enter your own text. You can enter either static text or use these braces and put some dynamic data. And what kind of dynamic data? Just hover over this. So if you want site address, just put site address in here. That will fill in the shop address of your site, right? So something like that. You can customize it to your liking and click on save changes. You can customize every other email, and you can see when an order is placed on hold, the email is sent to customer. When the order is processing, the email is sent to customer again. You can click here and customize various kinds of orders. So you can hover over this to get different kinds of dynamic data that you can pull in. So you can do it for each of the emails. And once you're done customizing all of the emails, you can click on save changes. And also you can click on this to preview your email template. So this is my order. This is what it looks like when the user receives the email, maybe for a new order, cancelled order or something like that. You can change these colors, click on save changes, and that should do it for this tab. Now click on advanced. You can customize them or you can leave them as is. We are missing a terms and conditions page. So let's actually go and create one. So hover over pages and click on add new. So that will open up this page. Content within the terms and conditions page can be filled using inspiration from other websites. So you can say terms and conditions and you can publish this page. Now you can refresh this. Just check this. So terms and conditions page is checked. Of course, you have to put data within. So copy and paste the text for all your terms and conditions. Click on update and you can click on this WordPress icon to go back to all the pages list. Okay. Now back in our settings tab. So this is done. Email is done. Accounts and privacy is done. We'll configure shipping and we'll configure payments at the end of all of this. So we'll save this for later. Also with tax for each of the countries. So you have to put the country code like so and put the tax rate and clicking on save changes. Click on the shipping tab in WooCommerce settings. Click on add shipping zone. So if you have physical products that need to be shipped, this is where you configure them. You can give the zone a name and you can then select the regions. You can either select individual countries. You can just type the country name or something like that. You can also limit them to specific changes. Click on add shipping method. Now flat rate, as the name suggests, is a flat fee that you'll levy on basically any kind amount of shipping. So you can add that. For this shipping zone, you can add free shipping, and basically free shipping can be configured when there is a minimum order amount. So when the minimum order amount is $100, maybe you can give them free shipping. Similarly, you can also add local pickup if that's available, right? So once you add all the available things, you can go to shipping options and you can configure a few more things. You can enable shipping calculator. You can default to customer shipping address and click on save changes. If you want to add additional shipping classes, maybe for heavyweight goods, you can click on add shipping class. You can say heavy goods or maybe something that doesn't deliver. You can call something like rare items. You can give it a slug. Slug is basically the URL. Now you don't have any products yet, but we'll add products real soon. Just add the class and save it. You can always add multiple shipping zones. So that is shipping. So you basically pick a zone. Zone indicates a single country, a collection of countries, region or anything. You can add multiple shipping regions based on how you plan to ship. The same thing with tax. You can also configure tax at country level, also state level. So you can click on insert row. You can put in the country name such as US. If you want to find out country code, you can simply click on this country code title and that will take you to the country code option. It will give you the Wikipedia page. Here you can also narrow it down by postal code or state code or even by city, and you can apply a separate tax to that. You can call it VAT and you can click on save changes. So for US, this particular rate will be applied, and for all other countries, this rate will be applied. So it's that kind of stuff. Okay, we are done with some of the basic settings. Click on settings, scroll down and click on permalinks. And here you can change the URL structure. You can see that it currently has this date and time format, which I don't like. I'll simply pick this post name and you can also change these. So we'll simply click on save changes. Also under the settings tab, when you click on general, you can change the site title to something like this. You can change the tagline. Maybe I'll just say something like that. Leave the URL as is. And you can also change the email address of the admin. You can change the date format, time format, and you can also change when the week starts. So once you make all the necessary changes, click on Save Changes button at the bottom corner. Click on Discussion and uncheck all these boxes for now. Also, you can click on Reading and change your homepage and blog page. We'll create those pages later. Also click on Excerpt, change this from full text to excerpt and uncheck this box and click on Save Changes. So once those minor changes are made, you can click on Users, or you can click on Profile under Users. So basically you can customize your own profile since you'll be logged in when you're making these changes. You can display your name however you want. You can add first name and last name. You can also create new users with different privileges, so you can make them do different things, grant access to different things on your site. So once you add first name and last name, you can pick how you want it to be displayed publicly. You can change the email if required. You can enter something, so something like that. You can change the profile picture. You can change the password, and you can enter the default billing and shipping address, which will be useful if you yourself place orders on your site for testing purposes. I'll just fill some basic details. So you can also copy these fields from billing address and click on Update Profile. So whenever you're testing orders, these fields will be filled by default and you can check all of them. So that is a brief overview of the settings tab. Now we're done here. And how do you add content and how do you add products? So if you look closely, right under the WooCommerce tab, there's something called Products tab. So when you click on it, this is where you add products that you want to sell on your website. And if you want to add other kinds of content, such as pages, which we just did, right? When you click on pages, well, it shows a bunch of pages. We just created one or two. Since you've installed WooCommerce, the software responsible for this whole cart thing or the online shop thing, it'll automatically create pages. Of course, we can customize these pages and design them the way we want. And if you want to post something on your website, maybe let's say you want to explain how great your products are. So click on post, click on add new, and you can publish a post. We'll get to all of these in a bit. But for now, we'll focus our attention on products. So I'll click on products. And before adding our products, we need images for your products. So make sure you click some high resolution images of your products, which can be uploaded to your website. Okay, now it's time to add some products. So click on the products tab in the dashboard. And as of now, we don't have any products. So let's create one. When you click on create product, it'll take you to the screen and you can dismiss this. Give your product a name. And below that, you can add a short description of the product. Okay, that's a description. Short description is like a one-liner way to convince your users about the product. So that is the name of the product, description of the product, and down below, you can select the type of product. It can be a simple product. Grouped product is essentially collection of single products, right? So you can sell all of them at once. It's sort of like a bundle. An external product, let's say you want to sell a book that you published on Amazon, you can include that by using this. You can also create a variable product. We'll talk about variable product in a while. First, we'll start with the simple product. This is a product which is straightforward. The users just order this and enter the price, maybe $3.99. You can also schedule a sale price. Maybe it can be $2.99, and you can schedule when it starts and when it ends. Maybe from 18th November until 30th of November, this will be the price. And you can check if the product is taxable, and you can pick the amount of tax. You can pick standard, reduced rate, or zero rate, meaning no tax on the product, right? Since this is a simple product, we don't need to pick virtual or downloadable because this is an actual product that we need to ship to the users. You can click on inventory and you can give it a reference number. You can also manage stock level. You can enter stock quantity. Let's say you just have 20 pots to sell. So you'll enter that, and every time user orders this product, it's deducted from the stock quantity, and you can check this. You can see that the stock quantity cannot be 0, so do not allow is a low threshold is 2, right? You can also set it to any number you want, but I'll just leave it to the default. You can also limit the product to 1 item per order, so one user can only purchase 1 product per order, so you can do that. You can click on shipping, enter the weight in kilograms, length in dimensions, right, 20, something like that. You can enter a shipping class if it's applied, and you can also link some products to this. Since we don't have any products to upsell or cross sell, we'll leave it blank for now, but we can always edit this product and create a new one. You can click on attribute. You can add custom product attributes in here. You can click on advanced. You can include a purchase note, and you can also enable toggle reviews on this. And once you're done with that, you can click on save draft before publishing. And now on the right hand side, you have something called product gallery, product image, categories, tags, and all that stuff. You can neglect this part, which is basically a caching thing. It's an optimization related thing, so you can skip it. But these are really important. You can copy this product and use a similar to a new product. You can delete this product just in case you're not selling this product anymore, or you can publish this, which will make the product live. Now you can set a product image. I'll just click on that. So it will ask me to pick some files. I'll click on select files. I'll go to desktop and I'll pick some images related to this product. I'll maybe pick this. I'll upload. Once the product is uploaded, you can add alt text. This will be displayed when the product or the image fails to load for some reason. You can give it a title, caption, which is not really mandatory. You can remove the caption if not required, and click on set product image. So that image essentially becomes your product image. Scroll down, you can add few more images related to the product. Again, you can click on upload files and select multiple images. You hold down command key and select multiple images related to the product and just click on upload. Hold down command and select all the images, and you can click on individual of them and give them an alt text and click on add to gallery. So that will add the product images under gallery. So that is great. You can also add categories to your product. So if you click on a category, maybe you can say plastic pots, organic pots, and some other pots, right? So you can type the category that you want to create and click on add category. Now you can uncheck this uncategorized option, as maybe this pot comes under plastic. You can also create new categories by typing in here. You can click on add new category. So even that is added, and you can uncheck that. You can add few more categories from here, or you can go over here and add those. You can also add tags, economical, something like that related to the product, and click on add. And once you're done with all of this, click on publish, and that will basically publish the product, and that will make the product live on your website. So once it's published, you can click on preview product. So this is what it will look like on your website. Now we can completely change the design of this, which we'll get to in a bit, right? We can customize the title color, we can customize the design, but down you can see this is the product image, the main image which shows up when the product is loaded, and these are the gallery images. So when you click on that, you can see all of that in action. All right, so that is how you publish a simple product. Now let's add a new product. Again, you can click on add new here, or click this button. I'll just give it a random name. Let me also add a short description of the product. Also, this can be a simple product, it can be a grouped product, or let's create a variable product right now. So under general, it is taxable and the tax class is standard, right? You can click on inventory and you can click on SKU. You can again type a unique number which helps you keep track of that in your stocks, right? But I'll leave this blank for now. Weight, I'll just put some random weight in here. Now you actually have to put the exact data for users to better find this. Now when you click on attributes, there's something called custom product attributes. So I'll just click on add, and you can check this box which is used for variations and say name, and this is how you enter the variations. Click on save. attributes. Now when you click on variations and click on create variations from all attributes and click on go. So okay, and close. Now you have 3 variations. Now when you click on each of them, you can add a separate image to each of the variations. You can change the price. You can change all the different dimensions and stuff like that. Basically, you can change any of the data that you want, right? So let me upload a separate pic for gray one. Again, I'll click on this, maybe upload this. That will be my gray image. The gray one, I have a separate image for gray one, and you can click and change this. We'll also change the price a bit. We'll make the blue one a little bit costlier. I'll click on the red one and make it a bit more costlier. You can also add a sale price to just one of the variation images. So something like that. And once you're done, you can hit publish on this variation product. Now you can click on this product or click on this link. It's basically the same. Let us pick an option which is blue. Now you can see that the blue pot price is $3.99. But if I pick red, the price is changed to this. So you can pick any of them. You can go back to editing the product by clicking on edit product. Again, go to variations and you can enter a price for the gray value, maybe something like that. Click on update. Once you update that, you can click on this link to view the product in action with all the variations. So it can be color, it can be size, it can be a material. You can add variations based on what you like. You can add a gray variation, you can add a blue variation, you can add a red variation. For everything there's a separate price. You can see for the gray one it's $5.99, for blue one it's $3.99, and for the red one it's $4.99. We can totally customize the look and feel of our website, and this is the description, and this is additional information such as weight and stuff. Now you can click on this entry to go back to your dashboard. Again, click on products. That will take you to the products screen, and when you click on all products, you can see all of these products in action. Now you can click on edit again. We didn't set a product image for this. Let's actually do that. Click on product image and let me set this as product image and click on update. So now we have 2 products. One is a normal product and another one you need to add a new one. Just click on add new and do it. Let's also add a very downloadable product by clicking on add new. Maybe I want to sell an ebook. Give some description about the ebook. You can be as descriptive as possible. So I'll do this. So something like that. I'll click on simple product. I'll click on virtual. I'll also make it downloadable. Let's enter a price, maybe $3.99. Sale price, nah. You can also add a downloadable file, maybe a PDF. You can also set unlimited downloads. If you leave it blank, it is unlimited downloads, or you can set maybe 30 times downloads, right? And you can also set number of days for which the user will be given the download link. You can change the taxable thing. You can set it to none, or you can set tax to 0, right? You can maybe set it to taxable and set it to 0 rate. Add a downloadable file. Click on add file. Click on choose file. You can either pick it from the media library if you have it, or you can click on upload and select the file. I just have a PDF sample file, so I'll just click on insert URL. So this will be the file that will be available once he buys this. This is basically like an ebook or something. You can provide him an ebook. I've added a bit of description, short description. I've added a new category called guides, and then you can also add tags like ebook, guide, something like that. You can also click this to show all the tags and hit publish. Once the product is published, you can click on view product, so you can give him a preview of the product. And here's the description. This ebook teaches how to make your own pots at home, something like that, right? So he can basically buy this, add to cart and buy this, and once he gets it, he gets an access to download the PDF embedded in the file. So you can go back again. When you click on this, you'll come back to your dashboard, right? Click on this, you come back to your dashboard. And so that is how you add different kinds of products. Let's also add a grouped product which includes all three of them. Let's call it mega bundle. Click on product. I'll click on grouped product. Let's choose grouped products. So it's this, and also the ebook which will bundle together. So once you have all the attributes, you can also add an image, set a product image for this, hit publish, give a short description on all that stuff. And when you click on mega bundle, you can see you can select options for this. You can simply check this box. So you can group similar types of products into a bundle like this using grouped products. Of course, you can also group multiple different types, but it's usually better with similar kinds of products. Let's say you can maybe bundle best-selling pots into a group. You can create a group out of that. Now I've added some of the dummy products, right? Also, when you click on products and click on all products, the list of products is shown as you see below. Instead of clicking on edit and editing the whole product, you can click on quick edit and change the slug, which is the URL, right? Or the link of the product. You can change the tag status from here. You can change the tags class from here. And once you're done with all of the changes, in quick edit, click on update, and that will be updated for that product. Or if you want to even delete the product, just in case you're not selling the product anymore, you can click on trash and that will delete the product from the store. It will not show in the shop. All right. The same thing applies to all other products. You can also click on quick edit and change the price from here like so. Just in case the price changes, you can also add sale price even in the quick edit. Maybe I can say 4.99 and I can simply click on update. Since it's an ebook, I don't need to see that. And you can see all of the data of each of the individual products is shown in here. First, it'll either show whether it's in stock. If it's in stock and if you are managing the stock, it will also show the quantity like you see. So it also displays the price. Now, since this is under sale, it's showing me this. And since this is a variable product, it's showing me the price range instead of price. So with minor changes, it will basically show the price of that product depending on the type of product. And under categories, you can see we have a lot of categories, right? Speaking of categories, we can click on categories. Instead of adding those or creating those while you create products, you can click on the categories tab in here. I deleted the guides category tab. Let me re-add it. So the name is guides and the slug will also be guides. Slug is basically the link or the URL. And I can also choose a thumbnail image for the category. Maybe I'll just use this, give it a meaningful alt text, also a title, and click on use image and click on add category. Now, when you hover over the categories which are present in your website, you can see some quick options for them. And we also have a category called uncategorized. Well, we don't really require it. So let's hover over some of the categories that we created. I'll hover over organic. I see something called make default. I'll click on that and that will be the default category. So in case you forgot to add category, it will be organic by default. So you can click on delete and delete the uncategorized product category. We don't need that. Also, let's add images to the other two. I'll click on organic, click on edit. I want to add image to that. You can also change the slug in case you need, but I can click on upload image and organic. Maybe we can have something like this. Show up, use image and click on update. Let's do the same for plastic category. You can click on go to categories, click on edit, click on upload image and maybe something like this. Use image. Click on update and you can click on go categories here or click on categories and you see all of them, right? You can quick edit from here. You can change the slug and stuff like that. If you want to edit the category, you can go inside. The same thing with tags. Maybe let's say you have a sale. So you can create a tag called sale in here, right? Maybe Black Friday, you can create a tag for Black Friday sale or BF sale. you can simply click on add new tag, and that tag will be created similar to products. Now we also have something called attributes. So I'll just click on attributes. You can also create attributes while creating the product itself. But if you want to create global attributes, attributes that can be applied to every product on your website, if you choose to, you can create them in here. So I'll click on name, and let's say I just want to have different sizes, right? I want to have a field where I can specify the size of the products. So I can pick the name, which is size. I'll also pick the slug for it as size. You can uncheck this option or check this if you want this to show up as a separate page, but I'll uncheck this option. I'll click on add attribute, and under terms, I'll just click on configure terms, and we need to give some values to the attribute. So since we are picking size, we'll have 3 sizes: small, and the slug will be small. Click on add new size. I'll also add a big size. So I'll click big, click on add new size, and maybe I'll add heavy, or I'll add another size called medium. These are the different sizes that we want to pick while creating the product. So I'll just click on add new size. Okay, once the sizes are added, you can click on attributes to go back. And these are basically the name value pairs. For the product attribute size, we have 3 values or terms configured called big, medium, and small. Now when you click on add new product and scroll down and click on attributes, you can add a custom attribute from here, or you can choose the attribute that we created in the attributes tab. So if you click that and click on add, you can click on this. So you can pick any of the values. You can pick small, you can pick big, you can pick medium, or all 3, right? Maybe you can pick small for this, and you can basically click on save attributes, or you can create variable products based on these attributes, right? You can have a big flower pot, organic pot, small organic pot, right? So let's say if you're creating a variable product, and click on select and click on save attributes. You can also use this for variations. Check this box, click on save attributes, and when you click on variation, you can create, or you can add them manually. You can pick big and click on save changes. So the big, you can have a separate image for big variation and all that kind of stuff, right? So that is how attributes are actually useful. So that's a brief overview of the products. You can also create bundles like I showed you. So this is all configuring products in a nutshell. Now let's make our website beautiful. Let's design our website without code. Click on pages. Now don't edit the cart page, checkout page, my account page, or shop page, because we'll be designing them using Elementor. But you can click on privacy policy page. You can take inspiration from other websites in your field, right? You can just copy paste their privacy policy and modify things according to your website. So WordPress actually generates some of the suggested text. You can edit all of them based on how your website is using them. You can also add different kinds of plugins and how they might add the data. And once you're done adding the content, well, typing the content is simple. You just click, hit enter, hit the / and click on heading to choose heading, enter, and just type to type the text. It's that simple. So again, you can type all the text, copy and paste from internet or anywhere else, and just edit it. I'll just delete this for now. And once you're done with that, click on publish or update, and that will make your page live. Click on WordPress icon again. Now do the same with refund and return policy. Click on edit. So that is the updated page. Click on update. Again, put all the content you need for your refunds and returns policy, depending on how you wish to handle the refund and returns. Again, click on WordPress icon. Now do the same for terms and conditions. What you want for the terms and conditions page, users must agree this. So you can simply type / and list and put a list of bullet points. You can say something like users must agree to the privacy policy and cookie policy of this website, complying with laws while making payments, something like that, right? All the text, put all the text, and again click on publish or update at the top right corner. Also, you can click on blog. There's something called URL. You can simply click on that and edit the URL. You can change it to terms, conditions, something like that. You can change the URL of the page or anything else you want. Click on update, or you can do it in the quick edit screen as well. You can simply click on quick edit and change the slug, which is essentially the URL of the page. If you want to change it, again, don't do that for cart or all other default pages. You can also do the same for products as well. So if you go to products, you can simply click on quick edit and change the slug, which is essentially the URL. If it's too long, just give it a small URL separated by hyphen and just hit update. Even that is possible. So once you make all the necessary pages or add the necessary pages, we'll create new ones if you want. Like you can simply click on add new. I'll create 2 new pages now. The first page will be home page, and I can click on template, click on default template and choose Elementor full width, click on publish. I'll create another page. I'll click on WordPress to go back to the dashboard. I'll click on add new, and this page I'll just call it blog page. So you can write something about the products and simply hit publish. Or let's also change the template of this. I'll click on template, click on default template and change it to Elementor full width, publish this page. Again, we'll be doing all this with Elementor, so don't worry about that. So I'll just click on WordPress icon, go to WooCommerce, click on settings, click on the advanced tab and make sure each page is set appropriately, right? So cart page is set to cart, checkout is set to checkout, my account is set to my account, terms and conditions. You can simply type the name of the page. In case you deleted the old page or changed it to a new one, you can pick the page again. And once you make all the necessary changes, don't change these endpoints. It's really not necessary. Click on save changes. Now we're done with the pages. We're done with configuration of this. Click on reading and you can change your home display. Click on this, click this and set it to home. Set this to blog. Those are the 2 new pages that we set. And click on excerpt in here and uncheck this box which discourages search engines from indexing. Click on save change. Click on permalinks, and this is really important. We really need to change this. Now for posts, pick post name and you can change this to anything else, right? And here you can pick the permalink custom base. Well, what does this mean? So let's say the link of your or the permalink of your URL slug of your product is cute pot. When you pick default, the link to that will be kartikrajnala.com/product/cute pot. But if you pick this, it will be kartikrajnala/shop/cute shop. But if you pick a custom base, you can enter any text here. You can say shop and click on save changes. And now if you try to view any of the products that you've created, go to WooCommerce or go to products, click on all products. Now when you click on view, hold down command key and click on view. And if you see the URL, it's basically shop because that is what we have picked. And if you click on view for this, it's shop. Now we'll change the permalink again. Go to settings, click on permalink and change this to pots. Click on save changes. Now we'll view the products again. Now if I view any of the product, I'll hold down command or control click on view. See that? So the base category slug pots is added, and after that we have the URL slug for this particular post. So basically that's what permalinks essentially means. It's basically the link structure of your website. We can also create menus from appearance. Click on appearance. Click on menus. We don't have any menu, so let's give our menu a name. I'll call it main menu. You can create as many menus as you want and click on create menu. Don't check any of these boxes. Once you're in the menu, you can add elements that you want to it. So you can add home, you can add blog, you can add cart, you can add my account, you can add shop page. Click on add to menu, and you can also click and drag it to wherever you like. Now if you drag it a little bit onto the right, it becomes a sub menu item. If you pull it all the way onto the left, that becomes a normal item. I wish to have it like this. So something like that. Click on save menu. So we're done with all the settings and the configurations. It's time to design our website from the scratch. Now hover over templates and click on theme builder. Now theme builder essentially shows you the bird's eye view of your website. It shows the header, it shows the footer on your website, single post, single page, all designed using Elementor Pro. Now you can click on plus to create and customize each one of them, but there's a better way to get started with this. So I'll just click on this X button at the top right. And once you're in the dashboard, hover over templates, click on kit library. Essentially, it gives us a complete website that we can customize and tweak it to our liking, right? So we are building a shop. So I'll search for shop and there are a ton of shops. I think this website fits my design. I just need to make few changes. Now you can choose to import the content or just the settings. You can also see this is the pop-up. Now we don't want the content because we already have the content. Now you can simply click on apply kit. Instead of clicking on apply all, click on customize. Now we already have WooCommerce, so click on next. Now uncheck this box that says content because we do not want any content on our page. We can simply remove this, and we do not want any content on the page. We just need the templates for header, footer, all these things, and also the settings that will make our website look good. So once you check what you need, click on import at the bottom right, click on enable if it pops up, and just wait for it. It may take few minutes and it will set it up automatically for you. We can then go ahead and customize each and every part of our website. And just like that, within few seconds, you should see this message. It also shows you what it has imported. It imported the templates and also the site settings, all the colors, fonts, typography, buttons, and all that kind of stuff. We can of course change this. So I'll just click on close, and that takes us back to the interface. Now you can hover over templates and click on theme builder, or you can hold on command or control on Mac or PC and hit E and just type theme builder or just type theme. Hover over theme builder and click on it. That will also take you to theme builder. That's a easier way to go to your website. And now if you see our website, it shows the preview of each of the element on our website. It shows the header. It shows the search results page. So this is the design when user actually searches for something on your website. This is the products archive page. In other words, this is the shop page. This is a 404 error page. So if something is not found on our website, users will just see this design. Single product, when they're viewing a product, they'll see this design. Footer, basically, footer of the website, and the header of the website. Let's start with the header of the website. So I'll just click on the header template, or you can also click here to go to the header template and click on edit to make some changes right from the scratch. Now, I don't like the color of this website, so I can click on this hamburger menu on the top left, click on site settings. Since I'm selling pots, it's more related to green color, so I'll change the primary color from this orange color to green. Maybe a lighter version of green, maybe a darker version. I think that should be my branding color. I'll also use the same color for all my marketing materials. Text, again, maybe a darker version of this color. Accent should also be a darker version of green or some version of green. Maybe a darker green. That is fine. You can change these elements. You can also add additional colors by clicking this button and give it a name. You can say text color or TXT color. Click on this and pick the color you want. Maybe you want true black, you can pick that. And once you make all the changes, you can click on update. And notice when we change the primary color, it is affected in the header and also in the footer. And wherever this color is used, it's affected. I'll show you in a bit how to use the primary color. Now go back, do the same with fonts. You can pick any of the fonts. If you click on it, it shows the font which it has picked and different sizes. Now you can totally customize each one of them, but I'll just leave it at the default because I like the way it works and looks. And by the way, this is just one time setup. You just set up your global colors and global fonts. This doesn't mean these will be the only colors used on your website, but they'll be the default colors. So it makes the work easier for you. You can click on this arrow button to go back. And once you update all the changes, click on update. I've already updated. Now the main thing that we need to set here is our site identity. So click on that. You can change the name of the site from here, which is what shows up in the tab, browser tab. You can also change the site description, just like you did with WordPress. Now under site logo, we need to upload our image. How can we get the logo? Since my website is all about pots, I can have something that is related to the pots, right? Now, where do I get the logo? I don't want to design it, or I do not want to hire anyone. Click on the fourth link in the description or the link that says Envato Elements. That will take you to this website. This is a subscription-based website that gives you access to stock videos, video templates, music, graphics, fonts, photos, right? Everything you need for your website is all on this website. You can also use free pick, but sometimes you need to attribute them. But with this website, it's quite easy to look and use anything you want. So I'll type pot, or I'll say pot logo, and scroll down under graphic templates. I have a match. I can simply click on this. I think my website can use this logo. Also the color is also matching up to the color that I picked. So I'll click on download, click on create new project, and I can give the project a name. So kartikrajnala.com website. And you can simply click on add and download. That will download the logo graphic zip. Once you download that, open it in the Finder. Double click to open the zip file. Now once you add the license for your website, you're totally covered. It's totally royalty free. And of course, to customize this, you need some graphic software. And now even if you do not want to pay, you can simply download the trial version of Adobe Illustrator. I prefer to edit it with Illustrator. So I double click that to open up with Adobe Creative Cloud. If you want to check out Creative Cloud, there's a link in the description, or you can simply go ahead and download the trial version of Adobe Illustrator. Now I do not want these items, so I can simply click on layer. I can simply select this by clicking the circle, delete, do the same for this, which delete. Now I just have the logo. I can simply click that, click on the file menu and click on export selection. Now I can call it pot logo and choose to export it as an SVG format, because SVGs are scalable and they're lightweight. Click on export asset, and of course you can use them on Elementor as well. So once you export the logo, go back to your website, click on choose image, click on upload files, click on select and choose where it's located. For me, it's located in here. This is the logo. Click on upload. Now alt text, Kartik Rajnala logo. And once you give the alt text, click on insert media. That will be your site logo. The favicon can also be the same. Favicon basically shows up in your browser. You can see for Envato Elements, their favicon. Do the same here. Click on insert media. Click on update. And if you refresh this page, or if you view your website on the front end, you can see the favicon as well. Click on X to exit this interface. Now you can reload the page by clicking on the reload button. As you can see, once I reloaded, the logo was automatically pulled. If you click on this, it's basically a widget called site logo widget. And this is the widgets button. You can click on it to view all the widgets that you can simply click and drag to wherever you need, right? If you want to delete a widget, right click on it and click on delete, and that widget is gone. Now let's drag back in the site logo widget. So I'll just click on site logo and drag it just like that. All right. So this is the site logo. You can click on image size, click on custom and adjust it based on whatever you like, right? Maybe if you like 130 by 130, and click on apply and click on style and change it to 130 pixel, or let's change it to 70 pixels, or 50 would be great, I guess. So keep it at 50 pixels. So that is great. Once you're happy with the widget, you can click on the widgets button to drag anything else. Maybe if you want site title, click and drag it right below that, and it's looking too big, so I'll just click on the HTML tag. Once you click on the widget, you can edit it on the left hand panel. If you click on this widget, you can edit that. All the controls show up contextually. Style essentially means the look and feel, and content is to add content, right? I'll click on this and it shows up at site title. Now I want to change the HTML tag to P or span, and let's click on style, click on typography. I'll click body text for it, click on content and click on center alignment. I think that looks better. Now I can click on this widget, which is essentially a nav menu widget, and you can see the menu option helps us pick any menus that we have created. Since we just have one, we can only pick one. You can also pick the layout of the menu. If you pick vertical, all of these are stacked like that, but I prefer horizontal. You can remove the pointer, so when you hover over it, you don't have a pointer, but you can change the hover color. So you can click on, when you click on hover, you can change it to primary color, something like that, right? You can change any of these options you want. Click on update. So that is our website header. Again, don't need anything else. Right click and delete it and update it. Okay, now I'll hold on command or control and press E. Again, type theme builder or just type theme. Click on theme builder. That takes us to theme builder. Now let's adjust the footer in a similar fashion. Click on footer, click on edit. Okay, once you're in the footer, you can click on it to edit or make any changes. So in the content tab, you can add any content. In the style tab, you can change its look and feel for everything that you click on. If you click on this, it shows that this is an icon box widget, and you can see different content that you can add. You can add an icon, title and description. They already added title and description. You can also pick an icon for it, and you can also type the name of the icon and click on insert. You can also pick the primary color of the icon. I think that's looking better for now. I'll click on this image. Now you can click on the widgets button to click and drag any widget wherever you want, but I'll just click on this widget. When you hover over this, there's something called dynamic tag. For every type of content, if possible, there'll be a dynamic tag. So you can click on it and see the options available. As you can see, you can set it to featured image, and you can also set it to site logo. I'll just click on site logo and that pulls up site logo that we set earlier automatically. Now you can go ahead and change the size. I'll just change it to 80 by 80 or pick whatever size you want. Click on style, and under width, make sure you change it to something you want, right? Also max width shouldn't be more than 80 pixels. You can leave the height at the default, or you can also specify the height. The same thing with text. So whenever you're in the content tab, you can click on the dynamic tag and set it to anything else. You can set text or link to basically anything else. When you click on it, this is basically an Elementor form, and when you click on actions after submit, it will collect the submissions and it will email. And once you click on the email option, it will email to me saying new message from my website, and it will give all the fields required. Alright, I'll just leave it at the default. Now I'll change the copyright text. Click here, go to content. I'll remove this and I'll say copyright and Karthik Rajnala, or you can use trademark as. Just put the name of your website and the copyright symbol. You can copy and paste it from any internet source. And I'll just click on this. You can see this widget is an icon list widget, and the first item is privacy policy. And you can click, or you can remove this link text and simply type the name of the page you want to link it to. When you type privacy, it pulls up the privacy policy page that we have created. Click that and that will automatically put the link of the page in here. You can also put external links in here. Again, I'll remove this link text. I'll type terms and the terms and conditions page pops up. Click that and the link will automatically be pasted in here. So I can simply update that. Now these are different options, but they're essentially picking main menus. Create different menus on the back end and use them in this. Again, the same thing with this. Put the Facebook page link in this icon, Twitter link if you have one, or if you want to remove this, just remove that. You can also change the icon by clicking here. So I can simply click on update. We're done with the footer. I'll go to theme builder again. Command E, theme builder. Now we're done with header. We're done with footer. Now I want to go to the 404 page. Now this is the page shown to the user when he enters a wrong URL or wrong link, or if he tries to access a page that was deleted. So we will customize that. I'll click on edit. We'll try to change things that we want. So this is the 404 page and I can again click and just type the text I want, 404. And now instead of having a boring text, I want to have some interactive image. Also, I don't need this image. So I can click on it, right click on it and delete this thing. I don't need it. Also, when you click on this button, you can see under link, site URL is selected. If you uncheck this, again, you can click on dynamic tags and click on site URL. So he basically goes back to the home page. Site URL is nothing but your home page. So update that. So that is great. Now instead of this 404, I want a graphic. Again, go to Envato Elements and click on Envato Elements and type 404 page and hit enter. That should give you a ton of graphics. You can see there are tons of graphic templates. I'll click on view more and I'll try to pick something that suits my website. Maybe I'll choose this page or this page, anything you want. I'll pick this page. So again, I'll click on download, add appropriate license or check the project I want. Click on add and download. And once you add license, you're totally covered and it's royalty free. It's a cool thing. So ton of assets in one place. Again, I'll open up the AI file in Adobe Illustrator. Now, instead of selecting all things, we'll use the layer method to select the things that we want. Now, if I click on this, you can see this is the part that I'm most interested in. I don't need the text. I don't need the button because we have that with Elementor. So thank God for that. I'll click on this. I'll go within this group and change the colors. So I'll choose the 4, double click on it and change this color to green. I'll click on this. Again, I'll click on O. This is again another subgroup. So I have to go and choose just the letter O, double click and pick green color. I'll do the same thing with the next 4, which is this, I guess. Double click the color panel and choose 4. I can minimize this or I can simply pick this group. And again, I'll click on the file menu, click on export selection. You can see what that essentially is exporting. I can say 404 page prefix and click on export asset. Of course, you have to make sure it's SVG file. Click on export asset. Now we can upload this as our 404 image. So I'll just click on the widgets button. I'll type for image widget, just type image, click and drag it right below this, right? It shows a blue line where you can drag the widget. I'll just drag it right below this. Click on choose image, click on upload files, select file, and I'll locate where it's present. And this was the image. So I'll upload that and give it an alt text 404 page. And now we can right click on this, click on it, right click on this and delete this image. This is looking much better than the original 404 page. I'll update. I'm fine with this. Let's move on to the next section. Click on theme builder. Takes us to theme builder interface. Preview was not updated, but don't worry about that. We know what we've changed. Now it's time to change the search results page. If it's needed, I'll click on search results page. I think all of this is looking fine, but anyway, I'll just click on edit and we'll see if it needs any change or correction. Click on edit. So once I land on this page, if you click on the widget, it's basically a products widget. And if you click on content, you can see there's a query called current query, which effectively makes it a search results page, right? Now, if you don't understand it, just leave it as is and just look at the different options where you can change. Click on style and change any of the options if you want, right? You can change the hover color for the button, maybe give it a darker version of the green, so something like that. Also for the pagination, click on pagination and under hover color just give it, also we need active color, we'll just give it a darker version of this. I think that should be fine. I think the search results page is fine, so I can simply click on update, or you can click on this, change this to H2 or something, click on style, click on typography, click this global icon. Instead of picking this pencil icon, you can click the global icon to pick global colors or global fonts based on how you're trying to achieve. So if I click on this and click on secondary, that changes to the global color. Again, the same thing with this. When I click on the globe icon, I'm setting the color as globe color. So whenever I change global color, all these changes are affected. And that's how I like to keep it. Because if you change it randomly, every time you want to change the global color, you have to come here and pick the change. So click the global icon and click the color, which is a good practice in design. Update, and I'll click on this widget, click on item 1. This is a testimonial carousel widget. Just change them. Pods are the best on the site. Just change the content. Also try to add an image if possible. Do the same for this. Once you make all the changes, update and move on to the next step, which is to customize the next step. Again, theme builder, click on theme builder. Change search results page. Now if you click on it, it shows the updated design. That's great. Now you can click on all parts. Now we need to change just the products archive and single product page. Products archive means the design of the shop page. Single product means when the user is viewing this product, this will be the design that will be shown to him, or this is how the product is presented when the user is actually viewing the product from the shop page. So I'll click on this, click on edit. So once you click on it, you'll be presented with this interface. Now, if you're not seeing any data here, click on the settings cog at the bottom left, click on preview settings and click on all and just type the name of the product where you want to preview this design for. So you can type cute pot, click on apply and preview. That will show the updated design for that particular pot or that particular product. As you can see, this is the updated design for that particular product. It shows the price. When you click on the widgets button, you see something called product, and these are all dynamic data, meaning they'll pull the title of the product, right? You don't have to manually pick it. Now, whichever product it is, it'll just pick the title if you use this widget. Click this here and you see that there. Now you can go ahead and click on style and change the color, change the typography. Maybe you can change it primary to secondary, or you can undo that by clicking Command Z. You can click on this. This is a product price widget. Again, you can change the color. Maybe I'll have a darker version of it, right? It's totally up to you. I can click on this product content, which essentially is the description of the product. Click here and I can actually have a darker color. I can have a black color, which is better for reading purposes. And this is a notice. You can click on it. We'll customize it in a bit. You can click in here and this is the add to cart option. Click on button and you can style this the way you want. Click on quantity. Now this is looking good, but this needs to change. And by the way, this is a variable product. You can see that here. I need to click on this and I need to click on variations. I need to customize the variations as well, right? You can change the width of this whole field. Maybe that should be fine. Change the spacing. I think the spacing already looks better. Maybe just add a little bit more spacing. Let's also change the label color to green, or maybe let's change it to a darker version of green. Let's also change the typography to this. Let's change the color of the field within. We'll have a black color for the field, and we'll have a primary color green background. Let's actually have white for it. That's looking better. You can choose a body text. That's becoming too big, so we can click on this pencil icon and now adjust this. Maybe we can have 14 pixels, and that is big. Maybe 12 pixels or something like that. Have border radius. Let's actually put it back to body text, and let's increase the width of the element so that the text is clearly displayed. So I think that should be fine. See, it's showing all the text correctly. And when you click on this, this is basically the description of the product, the short description. This is the actual content or the actual description of the product. Now we'll click on this. We'll click on update. We'll click on this link, which takes us to the design of WooCommerce notices. You can change the notice text using the primary color, or you can have it you can have an accent color and all that kind of stuff. You can manage it, update it. Now, in order to see how the notices look like, they actually give you a preview of the notices. So this is an error notice, this is a message notice, and this is an information notice. All right, now let's customize the error notice a bit. Let's actually go ahead and add a little bit of background. So I think that should look better. All right, for error notices, I think all the notices look better now. So you can simply click on update, and this is how the notices will look like when they appear. Basically, notices are shown when you add a product, remove a product, or something like that. So we've also designed that. So everything is looking good. So we are done tweaking the product. Even for the variable product, this is better, but you can drag this option above or below the price range. So that would be even better. You can see that clearly. And by the way, this is for the products where you manage the stock for. You can drag in the product meta. Product content is this widget. Short description is the short description, which is this. And you can also drag in the data tabs. Basically, this is description and additional description. So you can remove this from here if you don't prefer this. You can change this text to product information. Click on this widget. Let's actually change the, you can also change the background color of the tabs like so. You can click on the panel and do the same with the text color. Have a dark accent color of the text, and click on navigator to do so if you have any problem dragging the widget. So click on this navigator icon at the bottom left, and we'll click on this short description, click and drag it and put it right below the product title. So that is the design. Now you can click on the settings cog and apply this design to other pods or other products of your site. Maybe you can check it for any other pod. Click on apply and preview how it looks like. So that is looking good. We have a long description, but that's okay. That is looking good. So I can simply update this, and we're done with the product design. Now we can go back to theme builder and design our shop page. If it needs any change, click on theme builder, and we need to click on product archive and click on edit. We'll just make changes if it's necessary, or we'll just leave it as is. We can click on the archive title. You can click on the archive title again. You can include context for the archive title. Don't need this. Fallback, shop here. Maybe now you can include context, and this design will be applied for tags, categories, even the shop page. Let's actually view our designs in action. So you can go back to your dashboard. Now, if you visit your store, so this is the header. So when you click on shop, it takes you to archive. The context is archive. You can actually remove the context. So instead of going back, you can see there's a button called edit with Elementor. If you click on it and hover over, there's a products archive option. Click on that. That will take you to edit this design. We'll actually remove the context and put a shop there. So we'll click here, click on archive title. We'll remove the context and we'll add shop and a space. Now let's look at the pages again. Just type the address of the website. We'll click on home, or we'll click on shop. We didn't design our home page yet, that's why it's looking blank when we went there. Click on shop. Let's clear the cache, so that will be clearly displaying our design that we just have. So just like that, you can see before it shows shop, and after that it shows products, which is the title of this whole thing, right? Fallback text, don't forget to add it. In case something goes wrong, it will just show the fallback text. Click on update. I think that is looking great. So you can simply type the website address, and this is how your users will actually see the website. This is the actual website when you type the address without any wp-admin or anything. And when you click on the shop page, this is it. Now let's test the whole flow. So when you click on add to cart, this product is added. When you click on add to cart, this product is added. Now this is a variable product. I'll just click on select options. I'll just choose blue and it displays the product there. I'll click on add to cart. Now you can see this is the notice. I told you notices appear dynamically, like when you do something. Now you can click on this notice and that will take you to the cart page. So this is the cart page. Now you can click on checkout page. The cart page is looking good. The checkout page, I'm just testing the flow. The checkout page is also looking good. Again, this is a WooCommerce notice. By the way, we didn't customize, or we didn't add the payment methods yet, but we'll add it real soon, but don't worry about that. You can see our link pops up in here. So the overall flow is working properly. And you can also go to the cart page by clicking on the menu option here. You can remove that. And this notice pops up. It will show you this notice. All right. We can click on return to shop, and now we'll be back on the shop page. Okay. I think we are good with everything else. Now let's design the remaining pages. Again, I'll click on this option, or you can hover over and click on dashboard. That will take you back to dashboard. Now click on pages. Click on edit first for the cart page. And now once you click on it for the first time, and by the way, when you upload logo, instead of WordPress logo, it shows the site logo here. So that is great. You can click on edit with Elementor, and that will make you edit this page with Elementor, which is the thing that we really want, right? So we're essentially editing the cart page using Elementor. Now when you click on it, it's not an Elementor widget, but rather a WooCommerce shortcode. So you can comfortably remove that. You can click on the settings cog, click on page layout and change it to Elementor full width. So that gives you a complete free space for you to play with this design. So this is the plain design. And by the way, when something is blank, you click on plus and you select this section first. So within the section, you can right click and add a column like so. And within column, you drag in the widgets. So that is the basic of how the Elementor works. But anyway, we'll just click this. We'll click on the widgets button. Now you have to scroll all the way down to WooCommerce. And since this is the cart page, we need to add the cart widget into this. Okay, since our cart is empty, let's actually go to our shop and add some cart. Just open your website in a new tab, click on shop. Let's add some products to the cart. I'll click on this. I'll add this product to the cart. I'll add 3 products to the cart. You can add as many as you want. Just add the products so that we can design the cart page by looking at elements in real time. So I'll reload this page, update this page and reload this page. Once you drag the cart widget from here. So this is how Elementor cart widget looks like. If you remove this, again, you can search for the cart widget by typing in the search box. Now menu cart is different. It's used for navigational menus, but we need this widget, which is cart widget. Just click and drag it, and that will pull up the cart widget into. And you can choose 2 columns or 1 column. I think 2 column looks better. You can also make sticky right column. So when you scroll, this right column stays in place, and you can choose some general options. You can align this update cart button wherever you want. Of course, we'll go and style all of them and change them to look good on our website, but don't worry about that. Coupon, again, you can change this text to anything you want. Maybe you can say have a coupon. You can also change titles of each, and you can see that this is actually changed. You can click on additional options and you can use to update the cart automatically when the user changes the quantity, right? Let's say he enters 5 here, the cart can be updated manually. We can also update empty cart. We'll choose that later. So I'll just check no for now. Now I need to style this cart page. So I'll click on style. So this was how it looked and this is how it looks now, right? I'll simply remove this, made all the changes. I can simply click on the widget. Under the style tab, you can see the different kinds of settings that I've used. And always when there's an option, when you see the globe icon, click that and click only the global colors. Of course, you can click on the value and change the value separately, but I always want you to pick global icon and click global values. Even for the typography, click the global value like so, because once you change this at global level, they're all updated across your website, which is what we really want. Again, you can see different values that I've picked. I picked different global values. You can create your own, right? For normal and hover, you can see the form. For the form I've picked this, and focus also that. So that is the focus color. So these are the form fields, right? When they can pick the address from here. This is a basic design. Again, you can go ahead and change most of these. Click on each of these tabs, just change these values, pick different colors from your color scheme, whichever you've picked. I've picked accent 2 for this. For items, you can pick any of the color you want and so on, right? For the totals, you can pick a different color. You can see this is a color that I picked for subtotal. Maybe you can pick white and this becomes white. It's totally up to you. You can change the weight. You can click on the checkout button, which is this proceed to checkout button. You can change the background like so. I want to have primary color, and when he hovers over this, you can see that I've changed the hover color to the darker version of green. Not this green, but a darker version of green. It's still visible. And this is how I change this stuff. Scroll all the way down, customize. You can click and customize each of these tabs individually. Click and select all three. Order summary. Now you can go to order summary and change its background color. You can have a lighter version of this green, something like that. You can play with all these options. Again, go to totals and let's also change the background color of totals to this color. I think that's looking even better. You can change all these options. Description color you can change to black, and this is the description, by the way. And just play with these options and see which looks better and just come at a conclusion. And you can also customize the coupon. You can also change the background color of the coupon. Click on the globe icon. Again, pick using global colors, which is highly recommended. You can change the border width. You can add a border radius for this whole coupon area. And once you're good to go, click on update. And this is your cart page that you've customized step by step, all by using Elementor without writing any code. That's great. Let's move on to the next page. Now I want you to type dashboard and go to dashboard. We'll keep this tab open just to test our flow. Now we'll go to pages again. And you can see for cart page, it's showing it's the cart page, and also it was edited with Elementor, which is why it carries this extra tag called Elementor. Now we'll do the same with checkout page. We'll click on edit first. Once we see this interface, we'll just click on edit with Elementor. We'll use Elementor checkout widget to customize in a similar fashion, right? It's all about styling, or you can leave it default, it'll still work, but if you style it, you can see this is a shortcode. I'll remove this and I'll click on the settings cog. Click on the page layout and click on Elementor full width. Again, that gives us the huge canvas to work with. Now type checkout and it's this widget. Just click and drag and release. That will pull the checkout widget. Again, we need to start customizing them step by step. So you can change the text. This is the first panel. The content panel is usually about text and the different options, but I'm good with the text. I don't think I need to change any of the text in here. Again, you can just change first name to anything else and all that stuff. But anyway, this is a basic option for text and alignment, but I prefer the default options. So I'll just click on the style tab and start styling it from the scratch. Let's give it a background. All right, that's already looking good. Now the text is not looking good, so we need to fix everything that we can. You can also give it a border. I'll give a solid border, 2 pixels wide, and the color that I'll pick is white. Or maybe you can pick a darker version or accent color as the border color for this whole form. It might take a while to refresh the preview, so that is the preview. Anyway, scroll down again, keep changing all things, just play with them, right? Color, maybe I'll just change it to white. Usually it's a good idea to have white or black colors for text items. And again, typography, I'll just change it to body text, or you can also change it to accent text. Just customize it the way you want. Again, pick global icons every time you make any changes, which is my recommendation. Now currently we do not have any payment methods added, so you might see this. But anyway, we'll just focus on this. Let's also change the secondary titles. Again, change the colors to white. So these are secondary titles. And typography, I want them to have accent text too. You can see how they come to life. Description, again, color white. Okay, now I've customized these options. Again, going to style tab and picking colors. Also picked forms, various options. And if you want to customize a global option, let's say you just picked accent color for typography or accent text and click on this pencil icon to further customize. Like you can give 16 pixels or whatever. But I've changed most of the things to my liking. Just play with these values. Again, go to customize and click and add all these options, right? You can click on payment and customize the payment separately, right? So this is the payment tab option. You can also customize other tabs such as shipping address. If you go to shipping address and you can customize that separately, maybe you can have primary background for shipping address, maybe something like that, right? Just play with these options, just change different values. Just pick global icon or click on the pencil icon to edit them and just adjust them to your liking. I think this is the checkout page that I'm happy with. Once you're happy with this, I'll also undo the last change, Command Z. I think this design is looking pretty good. So I'll just click on update and that is the checkout page. Now we need to go back to dashboard. We still have few more pages to do in a similar fashion. We'll also verify all the pages. And what else have we got? We have customized the shop page. Although we didn't edit it here, we have set the template that will show up on the shop page. The same thing with blog page. You just need to set a design for archive page and that will show the design for blog page. It's as simple as that. The cart page is set, checkout page is set. And now we need to customize my account page. You can click on edit. And this is the last page that we really need to customize. We've pretty much done everything else. Again, click on edit with Elementor. Now this is the shortcode as you can see. Again, remove this. Click on the settings cog again. Change the layout to Elementor full width. Since this is the my account page, we just need to drag my account widget into this. For cart page, you just need to drag cart, check out this. My account, just drag this page. And again, I'll just pick the options. Again, this is totally just changing the text, but I'll just leave it and I'll just style the dashboard. Let's start adding a background color to all the things. I'll click on this background icon and change it to that. So yeah, it looks something like that. We'll just pick different options. Maybe we can have like a 5 pixel space or something like that. Give it a background color of this. Again, for text, I want a white color. Click on typography and change everything to white. Change it to body text. Change the radio buttons to white. Change the checkboxes to white. Same login messages to white. Just to white as well. Just play with these options again. You can customize this. Links are these like logout, recent orders and all that. So we'll just give them this color is totally invisible. We'll give them primary color. So yeah, and for hover, we'll change the color. We'll just give the primary color as well, so it stays the same. We need to change few more options. Again, labels within the forms to have white color, or let's actually have black color for typography. So that is filled. Let's also have like black or white. I think white would look better for this. Again, just play with these options. Once you're happy with what you have, just click on update. And of course, click on save if it gives you a pop-up, and we are done editing the My Account page. Now we need to go back to pages and see if we need to edit any other page. I think we are done pretty much editing all the pages. So we can actually test the site flow. If you click on visit store, it will take you to the shop page. Let's click 2 products to the cart, and I'll just click on view cart. That takes me to the cart page. It should be our custom cart page that we just designed. Of course it is. And if you click on proceed to checkout, that should be our custom checkout page. And of course, even this is it. And we do not have any payment method. That's why it's showing this order. And once you place the order again, it will show my account. So if we click on my account, it should again show the my account page that we just designed. So something like that. So everything else is looking great. Now we just need to add payment methods and finish the setup of this website. Again, go back to dashboard. Okay, let's configure payments. Click on settings in WooCommerce and click on payments. Now by default, you can accept cash on delivery. It doesn't require any setup. You can also enable direct bank transfer. You can click on finish setup for this, and you need to enter your account name or account holder name, account number, bank, IFSC code, and all the codes required, and just click on account and save changes. But there's a better way to accept payments, which is by using credit and debit cards. And by the way, you do not have to do anything on your own. There are payment providers. Right below this, you see something called Stripe. Go to Stripe, create a free account, sign in, and add all the bank details required for processing payments. And once you do that, there's a Stripe extension that we can use to set up payments to accept credit and debit cards. So click on get started on this button, or you can also install WooCommerce Stripe payment gateway. It's essentially the same. Just click on get started and it will redirect you to the appropriate settings. So you see this. So click on create or connect an account, and that will ask you to log in with Stripe. If you're already logged in, you just need to pick few fields and complete your setup. Just pick the account that you want. I'll just pick this account, click on connect, and in case it asks for additional details, just fill in those details. Just be patient. It usually takes a couple of minutes. And now we're on the page, Stripe settings page. You can change the name, you can change the description, or you can leave it at the default. Once you actually connect your account, it might ask you to paste the URL of your privacy policy page and all those pages. Just paste it in case if it asks, or if it redirects you to this page. It's quite simple. Now you just need to paste this webhook. Right click on this, copy, go to your Stripe dashboard, click on developers, and there's something called webhook. So click on that and click on add endpoint. Just paste the URL that you have copied from your website and click on select events. Click on select all events. Click on add events. Scroll all the way down again and click on add endpoint. That should add this endpoint to this website. Once you add the endpoint, there's something called signing secret. Click on this and it will give you a code. Just copy that code and you can click on edit account keys, and there's a live publishable key, there's live secret key, and now just paste the webhook secret that you've copied from the endpoint. So I'll just click on this. It will reveal the code. I'll copy this code, come back to my website and paste it under this and click on save live keys. And you can see it's all enabled right now. And once it's enabled, you can then check this option, which is enable payments via saved cards, enable separate credit card. You can leave this unchecked. Here you can customize how the statement should look like. If it is your Pots website, you can say Karthik Pots. This is how it will reflect on their bank account, right? Maybe it will just say Karthik Pots requested an amount from your Stripe account and something like that. You can also check this box to add order number to your website. So something like that, but I'll just leave this unchecked. And once all of this is configured and done, you just need to click on save changes. Now, once everything is saved properly, you should see these 3 check boxes. It means that payments on your website are enabled. You go to your store, and if you go to the checkout page on your store, you should see the Stripe option. So I'll just go to my cart, click on proceed to checkout. And once you configure this properly, you'll get a pop-up saying that Stripe is successfully configured. And you can see under payments, I have credit card Stripe, so I can just click and enter the payments. The user can also check this box to enable payments. So it's that simple configuring payments. Now let's move on to the next section. Now let's create a new page called thank you page, because once the user pays the amount, we redirect him to something called a thank you page. So let's actually create that page, and I'll call it thank you page. You can call it anything you want. Just give it a title and click on template. Click on this and choose Elementor full width. Click on edit with Elementor. Let's add some text and make it our own. And there's a separate widget for this called purchase summary, which helps you customize the thank you page, which is what we are going to do now. So I'll just drag this heading widget and I'll say thank you for shopping with us, or thanks for shopping with us. And let's actually change it to paragraph, and I'll just click on style, click on the globe icon and set it to body text. And maybe I'll just click on content and align it onto the center, or maybe beginning is fine. Please find the details below. We need to add the order summary widget or the purchase summary widget. Just type summary and it's this widget. Just click and drag it. Again, it gives us a way to customize all of this, how the purchase order summary looks like for the user. Again, we'll customize it. The content tab is basically just changing the text to anything you want. Just leave it as is. We'll go to style tab and we'll start customizing it. Add a primary color. Maybe I'll add accent color. Just keep changing and playing with these values. Confirmation message. This is the confirmation message. Let's give it a color. Let's give it body text. So that is the confirmation message. And for titles, I want to give accent colors. So these are the titles. Order details, billing details, and shipping details. These are the titles. And for general text, I'd like to go with black, or let's actually go with white. So this is the white color text. Typography, you can set it to accent text 2 or something. Again, it's totally up to you. You can click on this pencil icon to further customize it, maybe around 15 pixels or something. It's totally up to you. Payment details, which is this. You can add a color to payment details. Again, I'll add text color, typography. Let's make it that. Items, again, text color, typography, accent text 2, something like that. You can have a color for dividers as well. I'm just clicking the globe icons and order details, this tab. Let's actually change the color to white. I think white looks better. For items, you can change it to maybe primary color, so something like that. This is the item. And typography accent x2, the same thing with this accent x2, and the same thing with this accent x2. Totally up to you. I'm just playing with these options. You can play with these options, and you can change the product link color. This is the product link. You can change it to primary color, and on hover you can change it to an accent color or maybe text color. I think this looks good for now, right? You can always come back and change the changes. Click on update. And now it asks us if we want to save this as purchase summary page. Just click on save. That will set this page as the purchase summary page. Now what do I mean by that? Again, go to your store to test the flow. I'll actually go to the cart. I think I have some elements in the cart. Yes, I do have some elements. So I'll click on proceed to checkout. My details are auto-filled from my profile. I showed you that. For testing purposes, I'll just use cash on delivery. I'll check this box, and if you have any coupons, you can create coupons for discount. You can click here. Anyway, I'll just click on place order, and this is the thank you page that we have just created. And I think we can better add a border or a background to this whole thing. So you can click on edit with Elementor. Any page that you directly edit with Elementor, you can click on edit with Elementor button. But if you are creating a template for a page, you need to edit the template instead of the page. So for the shop page, you need to edit the products archive template, and the same for the blog page, you need to edit the posts archive or archive template in Elementor theme builder. Hopefully you're getting what I'm saying. So I'll just click on this section. Overall, I just want to give it maybe a color. I don't know, maybe I'll pick this. I think this is looking too dull. Let's go with this. I think this color looks better overall. It's also elevating our text. So yeah, I'll go back to dashboard. I can type dashboard, click on dashboard. That will take me to this. Now I just need to click on all pages, and we need to edit the home page because it doesn't have any content. So I'll just click on edit first. Template is already Elementor full width, so no problem over there. I'll click on edit with Elementor. We'll just feature some of the products on the home page so user can navigate to our top selling products or featured products, and after that he can click on various categories. You can put anything on your home page, but since ours is a web shop, we just need to put something. So this is the blank page. I'll search for the WooCommerce tab, which is this. Let me actually put some products in there. I just want 2 products. Query, you can select only featured products. So only, I think we just have 1 featured product in here. I'll actually click on this section, and I just want to change the width to something that looks good. Again, I'll click on this widget again, click on content, change the query, maybe latest products, or you can select products which are up for sale, or you can select products manually. You can click here and type all the products you want. I'll just type cute pot, gray pot. Just type your products and pick them like so. I think we picked 2 columns. Let's pick 3. Again, we can customize the style of each and everything. Typography, I'll just change it to accent text. The same thing with button. This looks better now. So these are the featured products. You can add some text above this. We'll change it to H3 or H2 is also fine. Click on style, click on typography and select this. Some of our best products, that's fine. Let's find another widget. I think product categories would do. So I'll just drag them above just like that. So yeah, this is all looking good. You can add anything else you want, maybe a single product. If you want to add a single product, it's quite easy to do so. Now these widgets are not really necessary. Let's add some gap. I'll just click on this widget, go to advanced tab. So I'll just unlink this value, because if I link this value, margin will be added in all directions. I don't want that. I'll unlink this value. We'll add a margin top of maybe around 50 pixels to add some space. So to separate these two elements, you can add any value you want. Maybe I can add 100. That should also be fine. Now you can display any number of products in any of the categories. So this is our home page. Now if you go to your website, they see this, they can shop right from the home page. It's a cute little home page. Just make it your own. Try playing with different widgets on the home page, and of course try adjusting these widgets. And this is the pop-up. We need to customize the pop-up as well. That is available under Elementor Theme Builder. Now another thing, I want to close off this tutorial with something called GDPR. GDPR is a law in European Union. So since we are selling these products worldwide, you need to obey these laws, and there's a ton of complex implementation required. But the easier way to do it is with a plugin, is to get started with a plugin. But if you need legal advice, you should better consult a lawyer, because this is really complex. And you can install this plugin. Basically it will help your website become a bit compliant with GDPR and all the laws possible, but this wouldn't guarantee everything as smooth as possible, because your website is made up of its own unique configuration, and simply a third-party plugin cannot do the justice. You may have to write additional code for this, you may have to hire someone for this, but take GDPR seriously, and you should specify how you're storing data on your website, why you're collecting data on your website, and how you're collecting it. So you have to make it as transparent as possible, and once you do so, you're good to go. And this is how you build a complete e-commerce website from the scratch till the end, like so. You can see that when I visit my website, it gives me this option. This is really required. User can actually reject some of the cookies, so you have to see how that will affect your website and all that kind of stuff. So it's really important you take a look at GDPR, and I'll try to put some resources in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to learn more about it, and in case you do not need a pop-up, you can go to Elementor, click on pop-up templates under templates, and delete the pop-up. But there are tutorials on everything. Subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and the next step that I recommend you is to watch WordPress tutorial for beginners playlist on the channel. Things such as how to add your website to Cloudflare and a lot more. And if you want to learn more about Elementor, there's Elementor basics playlist on the channel. You can watch that and let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.